I'm going to share with you not only how to make a little bit more money in real estate, I'm going to show you how to keep your commission without discounting your fee. Who's in? All right, if you're sick and tired of everybody trying to get in your pockets, take money out of your pockets, I'm going to show you how to hang on to it. And we don't do that by thinking we're good salespeople. We do it by actually becoming great salespeople. And we're going to show you the tools, the technology. I'm going to give you a few trade secrets on how to get, I don't care what you charge for commission, but I just listed 37 properties at 7.25%. You want to know how I do that? Freaking sales animal. Armed to the teeth with technology. Come on in, folks. Get really close. For those of you that listen to the presentation, those of you that are in part of the presentation, we're going to pass around this empty bowl. You have to be able to repeat something that I said during my presentation in order to qualify to win. And we're going to give one of 5 fabulous prizes from Kodak. And I just threw in a $1,000 Getting Real Results in an E-Crazy World coaching program with yours truly, Big V here. Now, this is a program that's unbelievable. It goes for 5 months on how to really integrate technology into your business. Anybody want to win any of these prizes? You guys getting excited about this? I mean, we're at Kodak. This is the coolest technology, coolest tools. All right, now, seriously, how many of you really consider yourself salespeople? Do we have any salespeople in the group? All right, for those of you that are on the bubble, what do you do? I mean, if we're not in sales, what are we? I mean, what do you do? Tour guides, problem solvers, paper pushers, counselors. I'm a dad. That takes a lot of time. I have 6 kids, starting from 21 to 3. And my wife bought a dog yesterday. She waited till I left town, and she says, hey, I'm potty training our youngest. We're getting a dog. I'm like, now you got another one to potty train? It's like something you forget about. Anyway, we're going to talk how to become a freaking sales animal. Let's see if my screen will come on and work here. This is where it changes slides. Oh. Oh, there we go. All right, so folks, first of all, the one thing to know is that we're all in sales. It's like freaking out. All right, there's our salespeople. The problem is being a salesperson is like, it's icky. A lot of people don't want to be perceived or even considered being a salesperson. But when people call me and say, Verl, what makes you different? What makes you unique? What do you have that's different from all these other realtors that are out there? My answer is always the same. It's 2 things. I'm armed to the teeth with technology. I know how to find the buyers both online and offline and drive traffic to your property. And the second thing is I am a freaking sales animal. That means when someone inquires on your property, I will follow up with them until they buy or tell me to die. So I'm going to ask you something. If you're trying to sell your house in a tough market, who are you going to hire? Are you going to hire an agent that's going to drive you around, put a sign in the yard, hope your property sells? Or do you want an animal that can actually get this property sold in a tough market? Who are you going to hire? Yeah, we want an animal, and that's exactly how we do it. And if you want to become a freaking sales animal, you got to learn how to sell value. So here's my freaking sales animal slide. I learned how to sell value. When somebody says to me, Verl, another agent will do it for less, I mean, how do you respond to that? Another agent will do it for less. Agents that have to discount their price don't know how to sell their value or their services. I remember being in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm on the Riverwalk, and it was a late night. I was speaking at a big convention, and all the agents were downstairs partying. I'm flipping channels, and my buddy Ron Popeil comes on. And Ron Popeil understands that pain is a much greater motivator than the anticipation of pleasure. And so he brings a big red, ripe, juicy tomato out and sets it on the counter. And with a knife like we all have in our kitchen, he starts to cut that tomato and just smashes all over the cutting board. And I'm like, oh, I hate that. And then Ron brings out the Miracle Blade Ginsu knife with a titanium steel that goes all the way through the handle with a lifetime guarantee. And he sets another tomato on the counter. He starts slicing it. And he slices it so thin, you can use that tomato for a year. And that was his line. And I'm like, I think I like this. And Ron says, how much do you think it might cost to have a knife like this in your kitchen? I said, I don't know, $129? And Ron says, it's not $129. It's not even $119. You can't even get it for $109 or even $99.99. I'm not even going to sell it to you for $89 or $79.99. No, the only way you can get the Miracle Blade Ginsu knife is 3 easy payments of only $13.33. But then Ron says those famous words. What is it? But wait. There's more. Let's say it again. Ron says those famous words, but wait. That's right, there's more. And he says, you're going to be white knuckles on the knife. Your spouse is going to say, let me borrow the knife. You're going to say, no, it's mine. So to keep your marriage alive, I'm going to throw a second one in absolutely free. When Ron is done, folks, he starts talking about the steak knives. He says, I got 8 steak knives. Here we have 8 knives. No, he didn't. He said there's 4. And I got 4 steak knives. I said to myself, I got 6 kids. What am I going to do with 4 knives? He says, but wait, what if you have company? And throws in 4 more. When he is done, there are over 33 knives in the set. How do I know this? I bought them. Now, I loved it. What I learned from Ron is this. Ron continues to add value after value after value until price is no longer the objection. Now, the knives that I love the best are this little paring knife right here. I cut the end of my thumb off with that. It's really sharp. And what he does is he grabbed a cucumber and carved it into a pterodactyl, and then he shows it on TV. And he says, if you have this little knife, you could make one of these. I got a tear in my eye like you had me at hello. When he's done showing all the 33 knives, I got so much value, I can't decide whether or not I'm going to buy it. He then shows the payment. Now, how much do you think it costs to get all this set? 3 easy payments of $13.33. If you wanted people to pay your price, you have to learn how to increase your value. When somebody says another agent will do it for less, you need to be able to whip out more knives and say, yeah, but do they have any of these? And the more value you have, the less likely it is you're going to have to discount your fee. So when someone says another agent will do it for less, you say, oh, is that right? Here, I shoot video of your property. I walk through the home. I put it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and I make sure anybody in my social network sees it. I'm also going to send you the same video to put on your social media sites. So all of your relationships going to see your house is on the market, and I'm going to help you do that. Kodak is my whole block of knives. Other things that we do to get and generate more knives. Okay, so I show up with the ZI-8 digital video camera. I have my print marketing done in advance. You want to be really smart, folks. You don't have to buy and do huge volume of printing. Kodak's new 6150 digital, it's called an all-in-one printer, scanner, fax. It's $130. The cool thing about this one is the cost of the ink is only $27.99 for black and color cartridges. That's the whole set. I was paying $65 for my replacement cartridges. And who prints photos better than Kodak? I mean, seriously. These are the photo people. So you show up at the marketing presentation, and you've got your marketing stuff pre-done. Here's what your house is going to look like. This is the flyer that we've created. I use my Kodak 580. This is the M580 digital camera. I go out, take a picture of the outside of the house. I pop it in. I go bang, print it out right here. I've got my flyer done. I've already created the marketing. And then I have my just listed card, my just reduced card, your new neighbor card, and your new address change cards. And I throw that down. These are my knives. And I throw down the whole marketing plan, and I spread it out. And I say, but wait. That's exactly right. I want to increase my value. Then I have a professional photographer that comes out and shoots the house. I use a company called Obio. If you haven't seen Obio stuff, they're over here on the floor. They will blow you away. It gives the buyer the ability to go online and psychologically move into the property. They can change the color of the walls, the floor coverings, the countertops. I dare another agent to come in and take my business from me. It doesn't ever happen because I have more knives, more value. All right, so this is another. Now check this out. How many of you have all these flyer boxes out there? The sprinklers come on and they ruin all your flyers. And so they become doormats before people take them out of the box and make them doormats anyway. So they look like crap. Well, using Kodak's print, they have a special ink that's a non-smudge ink. So I can take and I can spray that on there, and that print does not smear. It won't smear. So that'll save you a lot of time and money in your box by having great quality print. How do you like Kodak's knives? So far, so good? You like what you're seeing? All right, but wait. There's got to be more. All right, Kodak has more knives than anywhere. Just for being here, I told you we'd only go 5 to 7 minutes, so we're going to wrap it up in just a minute. For those of you that have been hanging out with me in this presentation, I love that you're here. The key to what you heard today is this: increase your value instead of decreasing your fee. We don't have to drop price if you know how many knives you have and how you can present them to the client. And it's absolutely true.